ముందుగా ప్రియమైన విద్యార్థులకు మరియు వారి తల్లిదండ్రులకు నమస్కారం. నా పేరు కె వెంకన్న జూనియర్ కాలేజ్ చైర్మన్. నేను ఈ రోజు 10th క్లాస్ విద్యార్థులను దృష్టిలో పెట్టుకొని మాట్లాడడం జరుగుతుంది. అది ఏమిటనగా, మనందరికీ తెలుసు, గత 2 సంవత్సరాలుగా కరోనా కారణంగా విద్యార్థులు ఎటువంటి పరీక్షలు రాయకుండానే పై తరగతులు పంపడం జరుగుతుంది. ఫలితంగా ఐఐటి జేఈ మరియు నీట్ లాంటి జాతీయ స్థాయి పరీక్షలను సాధించడం కష్టతరం అవుతుంది. దీనిని అధిగమించడానికి మరియు 10వ తరగతి పరీక్షలో అత్యధిక మార్కులు సాధించడానికి నేను మీ ముందుకు కె వెంకన్న జూనియర్ కాలేజ్ ప్లాట్ఫామ్ ద్వారా అనుభవజ్ఞులైన అధ్యాపకులచే ఉచిత వీడియో క్లాసులు, హ్యాండ్ రిటన్ నోట్స్ మరియు గత ప్రశ్నపత్రాల సమాధానాల విశ్లేషణ ఇవ్వబడును. కాబట్టి నేను విద్యార్థులకు చెప్పదలుచుకున్నది ఏంటంటే, ఈ ఉచిత వీడియో క్లాసులను మరియు హ్యాండ్ రిటన్ నోట్స్లను క్లాస్ రూమ్ లో కూర్చొని చదువుకున్నంత సీరియస్ చదువుకోవాలను. ఇంకొకటి ఏమిటనగా, ఈ యొక్క క్లాసులు విన్న వెంటనే అర్థం చేసుకొని ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయవలను. ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయడం అంటే కేవలం చదవడం కాదు, పేపర్ మీద రాయవలను. అలాగైతే గుర్తుండిపోతుంది. దీంతో పాటు మీ యొక్క నాలెడ్జ్ ని పరీక్షించుకున్న కొరకు త్వరలో ప్రీ ఫైనల్ పరీక్షలు కూడా నిర్వహించబడు. ఈ యొక్క అవకాశాన్ని సద్వినియోగం చేసుకోవాలని 10th చదివే విద్యార్థులకు విజ్ఞప్తి చేస్తున్నాను.
Hello, my dear children. Then we are about to complete this chapter, but before that we have some problems and magnifications also, and we'll have to go for that magnification, and basing on what the rules which we discussed in the previous video. And what are those formulae generally which are appeared in all this chapter is what there are very few. There are only 2 formulae are there, and one formula already I mentioned, that the mirror formula, that is 1 by f is equal to 1 by u plus 1 by v. And there is the second formula which we are going to derive now, that is the magnification formula. Magnification formula. What is that magnification? Let us see about that. What is a magnification? Magnification means what? Amplification. We can say that it is amplification. Means increase in size. What about that? Increase in size. There is a change in size. This amplification generally it is basing on the amplitude. Here we can take that change in size of image with respect to size of object. With respect to the size of the object. With respect to the size of the object. This is we call it as the magnification. We can define later basing on the mathematics, and here we are taking all this here basing on the general observation. That is what? Change in size of the image with respect to change in the object. Now further, let us derive this formula. For that we are taking the concave mirror, which is very convenient for us. And in this concave mirror, we know there is a pole which is existed, and we are taking that the focal point and the center of curvature. We know this PF and FC are equal, and there we can take that one object here. From this object only, how the ray is traveling, 2 rays we have to take basing on the rules we already discussed in the previous classes. And there we are taking one incident ray. After hitting that, then what happens? It passes through this focal point, because that ray is what? Parallel to the principal axis. That's why there we are taking like that. Now the image formation, one more is required. Then we can draw either through that focal point we can draw. No, if it is the focal point, we'll get that very big ray and which is forming there. But before that, instead of that, we take one more ray up to pole, so that we can reduce our problem of understanding. When it touches like that, as we know, as per the laws of reflection, there it changes its direction and travels like this only. No, it travels as it is passing. There, whatever that object we are placing here, this is passing through the focal point, this much distance. There we can take this center of curvature, same length when we observe. There we can get this as what? As a C. I am sorry. Here we can get that C. This is what? Object OJ. And now we are drawing one more line here. This is that line. This is what? IG. Means whenever an object is placed beyond C, there it forms its image between F and C. Both are they intersected at this point. Both intersected. Here we are drawing the line like this, I am sorry. Here we can draw this line like this only. Now, what are these all the, what is these measures are denoted by? What is that? Here we can take this as U, we know, and this we have to take from this pole. We have to consider it as V, and this is the different types are they here. Then let us indicate this point. There we have the different kind of the structures are there. No, let us take that O, J, instead of that let us indicate it as O dash for our convenience so that you can understand. Instead of G, I am taking that it is I dash, and this point is A here, wherever it is hitting that a point on the mirror. Have you understood here? There we are taking an incident ray. After that it is passing through the focal point. Whenever it touches that pole and reflects back, and both intersect at some point, and from there we have to draw a line. This is that image which is forming, and this is that object. Here when we observe clearly, there we have that two triangles are there. What are those two triangles? Let us see in this figure. There we have from triangles. Here what triangles we have? POO dash.
Hello students, myself is Sanjay Kumar Singh and I did my B from Birla Institute of Technology, Misra, and I am having 18 years experience of teaching. Now I am associated with KVC classes. Now here the advantage which you people are going to get, that there is a technical pool of faculty, mostly from IITs. So this is one of the biggest enabler for achieving your success. The second best thing is that doubt classes and all, they are conducted in the presence of faculties. So third is that your entire curriculum, timing of teachings, all is being monitored by ITMs and NITMs. So come here and join us.
Triangle from similar triangles. From similar triangles, what are those similar triangles? POO dash and PII dash. POO dash, this is 90 degrees, and another one is what? PII dash, this is also 90 degrees. There we can observe very clearly, these both are right angle triangles only. The right angle triangles, those are similar. The right angle triangles here, how can we say these two are similar? There we can see that these two triangles are similar because it has 90 degrees and these two angles are equal. Angle I is equal to angle R in these two triangles. That is why in two triangles, when two angles are sufficient and when those are equal, the total triangles can be similar. Similar triangles, these two, what we can write now? Because these two are similar, that is triangle POO dash is similar to triangle PII dash. PII dash. when it is happening, these two triangles are similar triangles. There in the similar triangle corresponding sides are proportional. That is why what are the corresponding sides here? There we can take this as what? O dash divided by, I am sorry, O dash is equal to I dash. O dash is by I dash, this is equal to, when those are equal to, what we can write, these two are the corresponding sides we compared and formed as a ratio, and again we can take that from here to that object. What is that? There we can take that as PO by PI. PO by PI, these are the corresponding sides. These ratios also, ratio of these two sides also equal. From this, what we can substitute here? What is OO dash? OO dash, what we consider this OO dash? This is height of object. And what is this I dash? This is taken as HI, up to here only. This is HI. Then we can write this OO dash as HO. And what about this HI? Here what is I dash? This is HI. Already we discussed about that sign convention. In the sign convention, there we are taking that HO and HI, and there we have to consider whether those are above the principal axis or below the principal axis. Am I right? Have you remembered? The same here we are going to apply. HO, because it is above the principal axis, we have to consider it as plus. Because I dash is below the principal axis, we have to take it as minus. That is to be taken here, okay, minus. I'll indicate properly. This is minus and this is plus, is equal to, what is this PO? Pole to object, we have to take it as U. But see this, these measures we are making in opposite direction to that incident ray. According to the sign convention, whatever the measures which are made in opposite direction of the incident ray are considered as negative. That is why there what we have tried, it is minus U divided by, what about this now, PI? PI is what? That is distance of the image from the pole. This is taken as V, but what way we have to take? This measure also we are making in opposite direction of the incident ray. Incident ray is like that, but we are measuring the measure from pole to that image in this direction. Both are in opposite direction. That is why here what we can take, this we have to take it as minus. Finally, what we can obtain from this? What we can obtain finally, now let us see. In this HO by HI, that let us take it as the minus sign. Am I right? This is the minus sign. There on the both sides we can cancel, this minus and minus get cancelled on both sides. Then what we can take here? We can take from this as what? HO by HI is equal to minus U by V. What is this HO? Therefore, we can write this as what? Object height. Object height by image height. Image height is equal to minus of object distance, by positive of image distance. Not only this, we can write this reciprocal of this also. How we can write the same thing? Or we can write this as image height by object height is equal to image distance minus of image distance by object distance. We have to be very careful about this sign. Here we are taking that sign compulsory. This is the sign. This we have to take. This is very danger. If we forget about that, then lot of danger. We cannot get the values also. That's why we have to be very careful in this. Okay, this is that finally what we can obtain the formula. Then we can understand that magnification or the amplification of an image of an object can be found with the help of this formula. Image height by object height is equal to image distance by object distance. For that the ratio we have to get it as minus sign, basing on that image, basing on the sign convention.